Hi, I'm Michal Aviad, and I'm the director of Working Woman, which is coming out in New York on the 27th of March at the IFC. Working Woman is about the gray area, mostly the gray area, of sexual harassment on the job. It tells the story of Orna, who starts working for Benny in real estate. Orna is extremely talented, she's intelligent, she's ambitious. Benny is generous, he's appreciative of her, but he's also sexually attracted to her. Orna is married, she loves her husband, she has 3 children, and she admires Benny, but she's not attracted to him. I think the inspiration for the film came from the time we live in. I started hearing tons of stories, and I read many testimonies. I remembered things that happened to me, to my friends, to my co-writers, and out of all this came up this story about Orna and Benny in their job. I did auditions to many actresses. Orna, when I looked at the auditions, I knew that that Liron Benchlush is Orna. She had this kind of vulnerability on the one hand and strength on the other hand that I thought that were extremely what I envisioned. And I wanted her very much to act in the film. I called her. She told me, sure, but I'm 20 weeks pregnant, but I'll come on the set. I'll come to the set the day after I give birth. But I realized that she needs 3 or 4 months leave, and my producers were kind enough to postpone production because I wanted to work only with her. And it paid, I hope. Benny is a well-known actor in Israel. He, unlike other male actors his age, he really wanted to play the role because he wanted to understand what it means to be a sexual harasser. In Israel, like here, we know many men around us who are sexual harassers, and some in Israel, at least two actors were convicted at the time that I was auditioning for the film. So it was a challenge for both Menashe Noy, who plays Benny, and for myself to try to portray what a sexual harasser is like. I make films for many years. I started making films in San Francisco after I went to graduate school there. I made documentaries, quite a few documentaries, and this Working Woman is my second fiction film. Before that I made Invisible, which was my first fiction. All my films deal with the world, with society from the point of view of women. I feel that dealing with the same issues that other people deal with from the point of view of women make things quite different. I mean, the angle is all of a sudden different, and we see the world in a different way. And therefore, I continue making films from the point of view of women, which is, unfortunately, still a rare phenomenon. Listen, the main challenge, like for most filmmakers, were to get the funding together, because there aren't too many films that were made at the time, or maybe it's still, about this kind of a situation. The funders didn't understand what the drama is, and they were trying to push me to make it more violent, more a rape that is a real, honest to God rape. And I really wanted to keep it all the time in this psychological and physical drama that is grayish, but actually it's not gray at all. Listen, of course I find obstacles. When I started making films in 1985, there were 7% women directors on Earth. Now there are 7% women directors on Earth. So things did not change. And I find that the stories that I wanted to tell are not easily funded. I find all kinds of obstacles. I find that when I make the films, they're not always understood in the same way by women and men. there's so many issues that have to do with the fact that I'm a woman. When I work on the set, I try to work quite differently than my male colleagues. I don't allow shouting. I don't allow any kind of cursing. I don't allow things that are often, in Israel at least, on the set. People work as if it was an army base, and I don't feel at all. I can't identify with this way of working. I work much more in a collaborative way, which is apparently, I don't know if it has to do with women or men, but it is different than most films are made. Yeah, it's going to come out in Israel in June. It's coming out in France next month. It's coming out in Holland, in the Netherlands in the summer. I don't know, it's coming out in Australia. It's coming out in many places, but I don't know yet what the dates are.